Hey guys, Gab with Gab Automation that use Fedora.com, and today I'm going to show you how to perform basic actions using Selenium WebDriver and Python. What are the basic actions going to be? We are going to see how to send keys to fields and how to click a button. And for that, we are going to use an example. The example that we are going to use is go to the Facebook login page, enter the username and password, and click on the login button. And once we logged in, we are just going to verify that the Facebook logo is displayed. So this is what we're going to do. Go to the Facebook page here, enter our credentials, click the login button, and then verify that the Facebook logo here is displayed. So let me log out, reset my page, go back to PyCharm, and as you can notice, I'm now using PyCharm, which is kind of a new IDE for me. I'm discovering it. So let's create a project. Click create new project, pure Python, and let's call the project basic actions. Click create. Close this. Create a file. Let's call the file basic actions.py. Okay. Good. So the first thing that we are going to do is, of course, import WebDriver. Next, I'm going to import Webdriverwait. So I'm going to write from selenium.webdriver.support.ui import Webdriverwait. I'm going to explain why we need Webdriverwait, but for now, let's just focus on imports. Import unit test. Let's create our test. We are going to call it login test, and we are going to inherit from unit test.test case. Now let's define our methods here. Set up the test is going to be called test underscore login, and then the tear down method. So the next thing we have to do here is, of course, define our driver. We are going to use the Firefox driver. And next, we need to navigate to the Facebook login page. I'm a lazy guy, so I'm just going to copy the URL from here. Okay, so once we navigate to the Facebook login page, we need to verify that an element is displayed on that page. So what we're going to do is wait for the email field to display. So I'm just going to write. Before doing that, let me actually get the locators. So let's expect this element here. So the email is an input with an ID of email. The password field is a field with an ID of pass. Okay, let me just write this as I go. So email field ID goes email. Password field ID equals pass. And login button Xpath equals what? Let's find out. So let's expect the login button here. It's actually an input with a value of login. So just going to write input at value equals login. Evaluate. We have a match. Nice. Let's copy this locator and paste it here. Let me actually get the locator for the Facebook logo as well. So let me enter the credentials here. Okay. Inspect this. Okay. Clear this. Contains href its logo, I believe. We have two matches. Let's just select the first one. Okay, cool. Copy this and let's say FB logo Xpath. Close this. Let's rearrange this a bit. Going to align it nicely over here. Next, we need to get the elements. So I'm going to get email field element. And for that, you are going to use Webdriverwait. So let me explain how Webdriverwait works. In Selenium WebDriver, you have two ways of waiting for elements. You have explicit wait and you have implicit wait. In this video, I'm going to use explicit wait. I'm not going to talk about implicit wait. So an explicit wait is basically when you use Webdriverwait. What we're going to do here is wait for a maximum amount of time until the email field is displayed. So I'm going to write Webdriverwait driver. We are going to wait maximum 10 seconds for the email field to display. So I'm going to do until lambda driver, and we are going to locate the email field element by ID, and the ID is email field ID. Cool. So what's going to happen here is that Webdriver is going to wait maximum 10 seconds for the email fields to display. If it's displayed, then it's going to return a web element and save it in email field element. If it's not displayed, it's going to raise a timeout exception. So let's do the same thing for the password field element. Just copy this. And here it's pass field ID. Nice. Next, we are going to do the same thing for the login button. Copy this. And here we are going to locate the login button by Xpath and pass the login button Xpath here. Okay, we are going to do the same thing for, actually we don't need that. Now we need to quit the driver. Okay. Next, let's enter the Facebook credentials and click on the login button. So I'm going to write email field element. It's a field. We need to clear it first. Next, we need to send the Facebook username. I'm going to say Facebook username. We are going to define it in a little bit. We are going to do the same thing for the password field. We are going to clear the field first, then we are going to send the Facebook password. And then finally, we are going to click on the login button. Once we click on the login button, the page is going to load, so we need to wait for the Facebook logo to display. So I'm just going to do a Webdriverwait here. Just copy this, paste it, and we are going to wait for the Facebook logo. Okay, so we need to define variable driver and the Facebook credentials. Let me copy my credentials. Okay. And it's Paris 2003. Okay, next we need to run our test. So I'm going to write if name equals main. We are going to run our test using the default unit test runner. Save this, open the terminal, and let's type Python basic actions.py. Oops. Global name find element by ID is not defined. Okay, I forgot something here. Should be driver that this. Okay. And our test passed. So voila, now you know how to send keys to a field and how to click buttons.